What's up, man? It's me, Michael. So let's talk about how to nail an interview. Right? Many of us sometimes go to an interview, and before the interview ends, in our mind we can say that damn it, screw it, I'm effed, right? Don't have the interview, right? Even before the interview ends, or we hear something like, hey, okay, we'll notify you for the next course of interview, or we'll shortlist you whether you have been shortlisted. You know, something like that. You know that screw it, confirm I'm out. So how should you ace in an interview? How should you ace that? Right, I'm going to share with you several things you can do to help you ace the interview. Okay, it's first of all, don't panic. Right, perhaps you may be talking to a director, managing director, HRD, you know, all the big Ds, right? And then you feel a little bit intimidated, and that's normal, right? You feel a bit intimidated. Why? It's because of their authority, right? They have the Ds. But when you feel scared, you may not be able to work as well as without being afraid. You see, and when you actually understand that they are just another human being, there's no reason for you to be afraid of, right? So number one, reduce your fear. Don't get intimidated, right? Number two, it's perhaps you should not rely on your CV to help you ace your interview. You see, many of us have this mindset whereby we send a goddamn powerful CV, you know, and expect the CV to represent us. But that's the wrong approach. So, how do I say it? How do I put it by this in this manner, whereby we go to interview with the CV and then become a yes or no answer. Da 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 da, yes, da da da, no, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no answer. That's not the correct approach. The CV is there to help you nail to get into the interview. During the interview comes, you are supposed to present yourself. You are a product of yourself, and the CV is a product from you, right? The CV does not outshine you, but you outshine yourself, right? As a result, you are supposed to present in a much more convincing way. So what I'm trying to suggest is, you do not depend on the CV, but you depend on yourself for the interview. Right? Last but not least, since you have to depend on yourself, what is that way we can increase our own inner value? Right? That's simple. It is whereby you do the homework. You study a little bit more about the company. Right? Read more about them, digest something more about them. Right? For example, you are going to financial sector, right? Banking or whatever. So you study a little bit more about them. You ask them some questions. For example, non-profit loans, right? Well, they are going up and down. What about interest rates? And when you open up questions, right? When you doing more open up questions, converse them in the situation whereby, hey, these are some of the things I know, and these some of the things that are happening. What do you think? What do you think about it? So in that way, all those big Ds, right, managing directors, you can use their knowledge for your own benefit. Right? You don't have to be afraid of them, but rather you should use them for your own leverage by asking them certain questions. How would you think? How would you feel? And from there on, you gain more knowledge, more of their perspective, much more important than those you can even find in school. Right? If you were to depend on your CV to help you get into a job, that is the wrong approach. Always rely on yourself and to do the homework better so that you become much more valuable and you can ace that interview very easily. Alright, I'm Michael Tan and I hope you ace your interview soon. What's up, man? It's me, Michael. Alright, thank you for spending the time and quality watching the video. Alright, there's two things you can help me out now. First of all, is to spread among your friends, peers, colleagues, whoever you may find noticeable that they may need some help in this area. Right? Share them such information, and it's free, right? Share them the information. And secondly, is to subscribe so that there will be more contents coming out. Right? I'm Michael Tan and I hope that you find these videos great.